Good morning, everyone. So this video discussion was being made in order for you to cover up the remaining topic that we haven't discussed already. So give your time to watch and listen, and at the same time mag-take note po kasi lahat po ng madi-discuss dito is lalabas po sa ating final examination. Then manood kayo hanggang sa dulo kasi dito ko rin ibibigay ang pointers na magiging laman ng inyong final examination. So, to continue, dahil natapos na natin ito, dito na tayo sa what happens if there is no probable cause. So, ano po ba yung mangyayari pag walang probable cause na nakita based on the investigation of an investigator, police investigator? Sabi dyan, the investigating prosecutor shall recommend the dismissal. So, ito lang tatandaan nyo, pag walang probable cause, dismiss po talaga based on the complaint na final doon sa prosecutor. And wala na rin silang rason para they are going to hold for further trial yung certain complaint na ipinasa doon sa prosecutor natin. So, next we have here, what happens if there is probable cause? So, dalawa lang. Ito, kanina, no probable. Dito may merong probable. So, if there is a probable cause, tatandaan nyo lang, the prosecutor will what? Magkakaroon siya ng preparation. The prosecutor, lagay natin dito, the prosecutor will prepare, ano yung prepare niya? Resolution. Based dyan na, isummarize ko na, a resolution and file an information. Saan ba ipafile yan? In court. Tandaan niyo po yan. In court. So, ang mangyayari po dyan, pag na-file na, sabi dyan, if the investigating prosecutor find a cause, so there is a probable to hold the respondent for trial. Okay, yan na. Prepare the resolution information, then certify niya under the oath based on that information being filed. Based on the attachment of record, and at the same time, sino yung mga authorized officer has been personally examined on the complaint, and at the same time, doon sa mga statement ng ating witnesses. Then, before filing, tatandaan nyo po na the prosecutor must what? I-certify niya talaga yung accused natin based on the complaint to give him a chance to respond also in the case that must still be approved pa coming from the higher prosecuting authority before pa yan siya ma-file. Yan po ang tatandaan natin. Next, sabi dyan, within 5 days daw, upon the resolution, he shall forward the record of the case to the provincial or city prosecutor. So, tatandaan lang natin yung 5 days po. Next, we have here the motion for reconsideration. Sabi dyan, what is motion for reconsideration? A motion for reconsideration, okay, stop muna, sandali lang class. Okay, to continue, so naglipat na ako ng lugar, no? So sabi dyan, pag sinabi po natin motion for reconsideration, what is the definition? A motion for reconsideration is a prime opportunity to seek relief from a court order. Sabi dyan, under Rule 52, Rules of Court, the Civil Procedure Motion for Reconsideration. See, we have here, pag sinabi po natin a motion for reconsideration, it is what? Tandaan po natin, it is okay, change na natin. It is, it is a legal request. Napaka-sensitive ng pen ko. It is a legal request. Tatandaan niyo po kung ano po yung gina-ask dyan. Ito yung seek relief, asking. Okay, lagay natin dito. Asking for what? Asking to court to review and change its decision. Okay, tandaan niyo po ha, pag sinabi po natin motion for reconsideration, you are going to reconsider. Isa po itong proseso coming from a legal request. Asking, kumbaga you are asking through legal process doon sa korte na dapat ang tatandaan natin ang review, and at the same time, after reviewing, there is a possibility na magkakaroon ng changes to its decision or order. Bakit nagkakaroon? Ano bang root cause? Bakit nagkaroon ng legal request? Bakit? Due to the party, yung party na the other party, okay, meron siyang pinaniniwalaan na based on that decision, there was an error po. Okay, merong mali. Like, for example, merong certain evidence that was not been included for that certain investigation, then napaka-importante ng evidence na yon, then it can be applicable to this that you are going to file for a motion for reconsideration. So, after that, it was being stated under Section 1, tandaan nyo po, a party may file a motion for reconsideration of judgment or final resolution 15 days. Notice with a proof of service on the adverse party. So what does it mean? It must be filed within 15 days from, tandaan nyo po, from receiving the judgment or yung decision made by the court. So, bilang ka ng 15 days within this day. For example, May 18, the court decided. Okay, yan. So, you are going to file until 15 days na magkakasunod, you're allowed to file pa. Then, next, sabi dyan, Section 2, second motion for reconsideration. No second motion for reconsideration of a judgment or final resolution by the same party shall be entertained. So, kaisa lang. Tandaan nyo ha, ang motion for reconsideration, only na one pa is allowed. Only one is allowed. And second chance filing a motion for reconsideration is not accepted. Tatandaan po yan. Next, we have here Section 3. Sabi ng Section 3 dyan, in the Court of Appeals, a motion for reconsideration shall be resolved within 90 days from the date within the court declares it submitted for resolution. Ano pong ibig sabihin yan? Ano pong ibig sabihin ng 90 days? Ibig sabihin po, in court appeals, a motion for reconsideration must be, ano po yung nangyayari sa 90 days na din? Must be decided. Okay? Sa 90 days nga na, after itong 15 days nga gi-file, magka-count ka na ngayon ng 90 days, that is the duration that you are going to decide. So, meron kang 3 months after the court says it's ready for resolution. Tatandaan niyo yan? This ensures na yung nagawang reconsideration based on that case are not delayed for too long. So, bibigyan ngayon ng 90 days para meron silang something deadline for that in order for them to process that certain resolution or being appealed to the higher court. So, yan po ang ating Section 3. So, ano ba yung sinabi dyan sa Section 4 natin? The pendency of a motion for reconsideration filed on the time and the proper party shall stay the execution of the judgment or final resolution sought to be reconsidered unless the court for good reason shall otherwise direct. So, ibig sabihin po niyan, under Section 4, when you say stay of execution, when a motion for reconsideration is filed on time, okay, on time mo talaga na file, the execution of the court's decision is temporarily stopped. Diba, within 15 days, you are going to file a motion for reconsideration. So, on time ka. Hindi ka lumagpas ng 15 days. So, ngayon, yung decision na nagawa ng court is temporarily stopped. So, hindi yung magtutok effect. Okay, halimbawa, guilty. So, hindi pa yun, like, papasok agad siya. So, ano ba yung magiging possible na magiging outcome pag sinabi natin temporarily stop? Ibig sabihin po niyan, under review po yung mga evidences that exist or based on that decision, how they come up. Then, at the same time, the court can still allow the execution. For example, they are going to execute the punishment na if there is strong reason talaga. Okay? So, next we have here, yun ang motion for reconsideration natin ha. tandaan po yung ibig sabihin na it is a legal request asking to a court review, and after reviewing, if there's a possible changes, then the decision will be changed. And tandaan nyo po, once lang po nagagamit ang motion for reconsideration. Then after that, you cannot able to file a motion for reconsideration at second time. Next, we have here the appeal under Rule 122. Sabi dyan, who may appeal, any party may appeal from a judgment or final order unless the accused will be placed in double jeopardy. What does it mean? Pag sinabi po nating appeal, any party in a case may file an appeal if they disagree. Pag sinabi kasi nating appeal, the person disagree with a judgment or yung final order by the court. Yan po, yung nangyayari. So, except daw, pag sinabi natin double jeopardy, ito yung, ano ganyan, ibig sabihin natin ng double jeopardy, ito yung under trial ka twice for like a same offense. Yan pala. Same offense. Tried twice for a same offense. So, exempted daw po if the accused is in double jeopardy. So, appeal is not automatically part of due process. Tandaan niyo po yan. Hindi po part ng due process. Appeal. Not part of due process. Tandaan niyo yan. Due process. So, ano po yung ibig sabihin yan? But, it allows only na magkakaroon ng parte sa due process. Ano ba yun? And must follow legal procedure. So, ano ba yung nangyayari under the appeal? Sabi dito, appeal is purely statutory. Isn't part, yan na pala yung nasabi ko, isn't part of the due process except when provided by law. So, if it is necessary and it is needed talaga, yan ang sabi ko kanina sa itaas. If the right to appeal is granted by the law, it becomes part of the due process. So, yun pala. It is not part of the process, pero if the law demands it to be part, then go on. And it must be exercised in accordance with the procedure laid by the law. Then, sabi dyan sa section 2, ano ba, if we further describe what is appeal, appeal is a part of the due process, is considered statutory. Ano po yung ibig sabihin yan? Meaning, it is only like available if the law provides it. It is not always part of the due process para mas lalo pang maintindihan. But once na nabigay na yan, the due process become part of it, then kailangan po siyang i-follow properly. If a party is denied a legal appeal, then pwede, they must ask sa korte to enforce through mandamus na yan. Also, another discussion na po yun sa evidence ninyo ng mga criminal procedure. So here, sabi dito, section 2, where to appeal? Saan po ba? Sabi dyan, the appeal may be taken as the follows. We have here, regional trial court sa RTC natin, MTC, MTCC. Yan, tandaan nyo lamang po, baka lalabas po to sa enumeration natin. So, ito yung mga possible, pwede sa tayo mag-file ng appeal. So, where does an appeal? Yan po. We have here also the discussion of notice of appeal. Sabi dyan, pag sinabi nating notice of appeal is a written document ha. Pag sinabing appeal, a written document filed to inform the court and other party that a decision is like be reviewed by the higher court. Ang appeal gani, amo na siya nga, nag-appeal ka, kaya you are not satisfied. Ano ganing definition natin ganina? You are disagree with the judgment or the trial based on the decision by the higher authority. So, you're going to appeal. So, ano mangyayari dyan? Under review po ang inyong case. Then, at the same time, it is the first step in the appeal process and failure to file it. Kumbaga, hindi ka makaka-proceed into another appeal po. So, the question is, ano po pang pinagkaiba ng appeal versus yung na-discuss natin kanina na motion for reconsideration. So, I'm going to search it based on the ruling. Ano pong pinagkaiba nila? So, based dito sa lumabas po, An appeal is a request to higher court. Tandaan niyo po yan ha. Higher court to review the decision of the lower court. So, ito, tatandaan niyo. Pag sinabi nating appeal, ang nag-decide po nito, the one who make decision is the lower court. So, sino ang magre-review? The higher court. So, sino ba yung mga anong nasa higher court natin? We have the Supreme Court. Then, at the same time, sa motion for reconsideration, request, the same sila request, same court to review and change its decision. Then, another one, if we are going to differentiate based on the ruling here, pag sinabi po nating appeal, the case is elevated to another court. Kumbaga, step up ba? Kumbaga, higher authority ang mag-review. Habang sa motion for reconsideration, ang review nga ginahimo, nag-remain lang dito sa korte kung sino yung nag-decide. Halimbawa, regional trial court is the one who make decision, then the RTC only make that kind of review. Hindi na pupunta sa itaas, which is meron tayong Supreme Court. Usually, yung appeal natin filed after the judgment becomes final in the lower court. So, pag final yung decision ng lower court natin, based on this na ginabasa ko sa ating ruling, example, sa appeal natin, a person convicted in the regional trial court appeals the decision to the Court of Appeal. So, mayan. So, higher yung Court of Appeals is what? Ito yung example ng higher, higher court. Then, at the same time, pag sa motion reconsideration, a defendant asked the same sa regional trial court na i-consider ang iyang verdict to review it and possible can change. So, sa RTC lang ang review. Yun lang ang tandaan nyo. Appeal, ang mag-review yung higher court, then at the same time, it was being filed to them, pero ang motion for reconsideration, same court po ang tatandaan. Same court. Kung sino yung nag-decide, for example, RTC din yung mag-review. Then, wait for a moment kasi meron tayong add-on based on the final topic natin. So, ito po yung additional na topic natin na bago lang nabigay ni Ma'am Bernardino kasi late niya na kasi na-add pero lalabas talaga sa final examination. So, additional final discussion, we have here summon. Ang summon po, tatandaan na lang natin. So, kumbaga direct to the point na lang po ako. Pag sinabing summon, it is what? An official notice. Ano ba yung ginagawa dyan? Galing saan? From the court. Telling the defendant that a case has been filed against them. Okay, for example, and ano pang nandiyan sa summon, and they must answer within a certain time. So, kumbaga merong given time na dapat they must answer based on that summon. So, sabi kasi dyan, shall be directed defendants signed by the clerk of the court. The name of the court, so it is an example of the format. Ibig sabihin po ng summon, an official notice from the court telling na, di ba, pag makadawat ka sa summon sa barangay, ang naghimo ang korte na sinasabihan na yung defendant or the accused na meron siyang case for something criminal activities. Example lang na nagawa niya. Filed against them. And they must answer within a certain time. Halimbawa, Ma'am Disoyo, nakatanggap siya ng summon dahil sa staffa, for example, staffa, huge scam. Then, ngayon, nandoon sa barangay ang kanyang summon, binigay sa kanya ng barangay. Then, ang nakalagay doon sa content is that, for example, ito blah blah blah, ito yung case. You must answer, you must appear here on May 21, 2026. So, sa given duration na time na yan, you must appear and answer that, answer the case being filed to you. So, next, halimbawa, pag nangutang ka, gipasumunan ka, karon tubagon nimo didto sa tubangon nimo didto sa barangay, kay barangay pa man ginauna, hindi pa man gina mag-proceed didto sa higher court. Next we have subpoena. Ito subpoena, a process directed to a person requiring him to attend. Ito yung magiging keyword ninyo ha. Requiring him to attend to testify at the hearing, pwede sa trial, to an action or any investigation conducted under the law. So, a subpoena is a legal order. Tandaan nyo po, it is a legal order na talagang sundin mo na gina-require ang isa katao mag-appear sa court or pwede maghatag sa ebidensya or pwede maghatag sa statement. Okay, next we have here, subpoena ad testificandum. Ano po ibig sabihin yan? Baka malito ay sa dalawa ha. Compelling the attendance of a person to testify. Pag sinabing subpoena ad testificandum, ito yung ordering. You are ordering a person to appear. To appear and testify in court. Yan pinagkaiba. Habang yung subpoena dusisticum is do yung witness is ordered to produce documents. So halata, no? Biskan sa definition, ano yung pinagkaiba nilang dalawa? Kung ito, tao mismo, ang sa testificandum from the word na testify yan. Dito, dusisticum from the word na document. For example, the subpoena requires a person. Ito ha. Requires, kung kanina order, ito requires a person to what? To bring the documents. That certain documents can be part of the evidence or pwede records to court, dalhin sa korte. So, the same yan. Puro na sila request. Ari, appearance ng isa katao. Ito naman, bringing of the documents sa korte. Next, we have here, inquest proceeding. It is an inquiry made by the duty of prosecutor to legality of arrest, especially those arrests may be without warrant. So, we are going to emphasize na yung inquest po natin is nangyayari po pag walang na-serve na warrant. So, kailan ba nangyayari pag walang warrant? Yung caught on the act, di ba? Yan ang example natin. Yung pag wala ako kasi may nag-pop up na chat. Inquest proceeding, nangyayari po yan pag walang warrant na na-serve tapos nahuli. Example niyan, caught on the act, yung nag-commit ng crime. Manadakpan, gini mo siya ba while committing, for example, theft. So, gidala din siya sa prosecutor for inquest. Kasi, pag nagdaan ka sa warrant, ang hindi ka mag-inquest. Kung may giserve ka nga warrant, so preliminary investigation ka. Pero kung caught on the act ka, inquest proceeding. Kasi ano yung nangyayari sa inquest proceeding? It is an investigation by a prosecutor to check if a person arrested without warrant was legally arrested. Kumbaga, ang inquest is a process to determine if a person was legally arrested. Kung follow ang iyang right as a person as being arrested. Next, we have here the venue. Refers to the place, location, or site where the case is to be heard on its merits. So, tandaan niyo lang po. Place, commonly talaga court the court where the case will be heard and decided. So, example, Korte sa Cebu. We have the RTC of Coronadal, yung mga ganun. Next, we have the court. Third pillar po, di ba? We have the law enforcement, ang court natin. So, it is an institution. Tandaan nyo lang itong mga definition na lalabas talaga sa identification. Institution that hear cases and decide whether the accused is guilty or innocent. So, dito nangyayari sa korte po. Arraignment. Common na. Arraignment is what? The reading of criminal complaint or information to the defendant by the judge or clerk of court, and the delivering to him a copy thereof, including a list of witnesses, and asking him whether he pleads guilty or not guilty. So, sa arraignment, di ba? Amo na siya nga stage nga ang atong nga accused is being informed. Ito yung being informed. Kumbaga, ipabalo sa imo, you are being informed of the charges. Ano klase nga mga nga charge ang giano sa imo, kung whether you are going to be plead guilty or not guilty. Next, we have the pre-trial. Yan, pre-trial. A conference called by the judge that requires the presence both the prosecution and the accused before the beginning of trial. Pre-trial is the meeting. It is a meeting. Meeting before. From the word pre. Kasi ang next natin is trial. Meeting, anong nangyari? Meeting before the actual trial. Okay? Where the judge, nandiyan, the prosecution, and the accused, they are going to what? Discuss the issues. Okay? And, pwede magkaroon ng mga possible dito ng mga agreements. Yan, okay. Then, we have here the MTC and the MCTC. So, sabi dyan, MTC is a court found in every municipality. Okay, tandaan nyo lang itong MTC. Sa MTC po natin, ang ginahandle dira is yung mga less serious criminal. Okay? And dito din possible yung mga civil cases natin. Like mga simple physical injury, dito sa MTC na file. While the MCTC, Municipal Circuit Trial Courts, an MCTC serves 2 or more municipalities that share one trial court. Ito po yung tandaan nyo. It was being shared. MCTC is shared. Okay, shared one trial court. Kumbaga, dalawang municipality ang pwede niyang pagsilbihan in line with the service as being a court. Okay, tandaan niyo po yan. So next, tandaan niyo ito, lalabas po ito sa enumeration. Enumeration ng exam. So memorize this. So, yan lang po mag-end yung ating final discussion. So, I hope you give time. So, we have only 26 minutes. I will give you the pointers of this examination. Bibigyan ko na kayo ng pointers. Dito ko ibibigay para manood. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay, class, study po. Lahat ng babanggitin ko, makinig po kayo. Study the definition, yung mga venue, summon, court. Bumalik dati sa natin na topic, midterm narration of facts, prosecutorial discretion, ito na-discuss natin. Supreme Court, inquest proceeding, preliminary investigation, prosecutor, subpoena testificandum, subpoena docesticum, information motion for reconsideration. Tandaan niyo po yan kasi pasok po yan sa matching type natin, and we have test 2 identification. Okay, identification, lahat po ng mga na-discuss natin. In the Court of Appeals, a motion for reconsideration shall be resolved within 90 days from the date. So, anong tawag doon? It covers only one municipality. Okay, anong answer dyan? Ano yung bago lang kanina? We have the MTC, Municipal Trial Court. Okay, tandaan niyo po yan. And yung enumeration natin na nabanggit ko. So, yun lang. We have the essay. You are going to study in advance the definition of the preliminary investigation and quiz proceeding. Yan po. Elaborate your answer. So, that's all for today. So, I hope you listen my discussion here. So, ingat po kayo always. God bless po.